Hello viewers, I'm SP and welcome back to System Shock, where today we're going to spend a couple of minutes getting even with... Oh no, wait, hold on a second. I think I resolved this last time. We're cool with Diego. We're killing him for other reasons. This isn't really a revenge thing. Well, first of all, it feels like I should probably go ahead and buff up our health. I'm going to save the first aid kit for during the fight if I can. A couple of these ought to put us in a good spot for the beginning. I think it is probably worth topping off on batteries. Yep, that seems pretty solid. Okay, I think a good state to go into the fight. Now, the other thing I would like to do is make sure that we are ready to railgun this nerd directly in the face. And this seems like a good place to drop the quick save. Okay, yeah, I just kind of hit him dead center there. That seemed to work. Problem is he's kind of fast moving. This thing has a little bit of a load up delay. Oh my god, you coward. Fuck, oh, it's still... Damn it. That's a pretty decent shot. I think we got one more. This is exactly the kind of thing you save your railgun projectiles for. Oh my god, finish cooling down. There we go. Alright, I think that's the end of that. Did he just disappear? My man seems to have vanished. Am I out of railgun? I am out of railgun. No, okay, now I'm out of railgun. Alright, we got one more. That is exactly the kind of thing that I was holding onto the railgun projectiles for. Well, I have to say, I am a little disappointed. Feels like Mr. Diego barely showed up for work today. You know, listen, I'm talking shit. He took several railgun projectiles through the head and kept trying to stab me to death. You do have to have some kind of respect for that, I think. Alright. I'm pretty sure when we get near this door, I feel like something's gonna happen. I'm being real slow to get over there on purpose. Let's just have a little bit of a look around. Okay, every other door out of this room is manually locked. Yep, that one too, even though we haven't touched it yet. May as well, just in case. Hey, this looks like it could be a fake wall, right? It's got a seam and everything. No, nothing? Huh. You know, I do not think I have been as thorough in this area, on this floor, as I was on some of the others. Nope, nothing. Okay. Well, I guess let's go find out. No traps or anything, huh? I was expecting some traps. Okay, and that's an elevator up to systems engineering. Cool, where does this go? Really? That's not a fake wall. Come on now. It feels so fake. And we haven't yet found one of those, oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Come on. Haven't yet found one of those pull the book fake doors yet either. But, like, there's gotta be one, right? How do you build a thing and not do that? How could you resist the urge, I ask you? I guess this is one way in which Shodan is perhaps actually greater than humanity. She can resist the urge. Alright, another crystal skull. Apparently the place is lousy with them.
I've seen the wisdom of your actions, and I know you do not mean to cause us harm. No.
Storage closet unlocked. Identification: Edward Diego.
To elevate us, you must purge away our flaws. And I understand that as the elevated human on board. As a demonstration of my loyalty, I offer to you the remaining human scum who undermine your reign. They're hiding in the northeast dining hall. All I ask in return is a level of protection and the privilege of spreading your message further.
So we're on like no credits, right? Yeah. Extra rounds in the Magnum is not a huge upgrade, but it sure would be nice to be able to buy it. We are definitely like behind the curve on money. It's just so tedious to engage with the money-making system, you know? This is a thing that they absolutely could have updated. They chose not to.
Safety interlocks still engaged.
Yeah, there's at least one grove that we didn't do, right? Is that right? Gosh, I can't believe I thought we were like basically done over here. So that's the Scully. Okay. So yeah, we should go back to here, right? I think so. I'm going to be honest with you. It's been a weekend. I have lost a little bit of what was going on. I remembered Cyber Diego. I remembered being ready for that. Did we check you already? I did. And is this door... Okay. Not functional. It doesn't look like it would go anywhere anyway. But again, we could be seeing a multi-level thing where the map is just bad at representing what's going on. See, it looks like we're close to that, but we're actually very not. Because of the way we have to get around here. If only there was a more direct path. Alright, so I'm not sure why the PA thing identified me as Edward Diego. I don't know if it was maybe just because we had his voice log playing at the moment that it ran. Or if there is something more sinister to be made of that. I will admit, at first I definitely was like, oh, that's clever, there's a voice lock or something, but we don't actually know that was the case. It is such a pain in the ass to get around in here. Okay, and like half the doors don't even work, and we go to the end of the hall. May as well skate hard the whole way since we are going to a thing. And that's right, I didn't want to step in here yet because I thought maybe we would find an upgrade to our bioprotection subsystem, but we haven't, so I guess it's just time to go. Yeah, I think so. I think that's all we can really do. All right. Well, this may turn out to be a total nightmare. I really thought we were going to find something like that. I suppose I should probably turn that thing on, huh? Well, I guess let's see what the situation's like first. Is it just like the whole place is contaminated? Yeah, we're reading a huge amount of contamination immediately. And turning the system on has decreased it somewhat. Berserk, I mean, we have limited time here. But at the same time, I have to be very careful not to miss anything, right? I don't know. Whatever. We'll just drop and we'll figure it out later. I almost didn't even hear that thing. Over the sound of my internals frying. Ugh, bad shooting, me. Our protection system is actually doing a remarkable job of keeping it, like, to a dull roar. Well, I don't know what hit me, but from the sound of the size of the sound of the thing, it was pretty bad. Oh, no medical. Been a minute since we've seen one of these.
Insect, your body will never be mourned, but
it will be burned when I am finished with it.
Well, okay. Looks like we got an autosave when we entered the grove. Let's just turn this on to begin with. And maybe go ahead and pop one of these right now. This is going to be really interesting. Okay. I realized I hadn't actually looked in there before, and there could have been, like, detoxes or something, right? Wow, my shooting today. Okay, that's the thing that is responsible. Well, we're getting real low on everything here. Not gonna bother trying to unload that shotgun because I think we are kind of on the move here. I almost didn't see that shadow. Come on, reload, 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 reload. I wasn't paying attention to my power level. I'm gonna top off here. Alright, you're dead. Oh, I shouldn't be using this gun. I mean, the safety interlock door doesn't actually seem to be locked. No, okay. Shit, that's the wrong... That's the wrong gun for that problem. I mean, in theory, you could probably do a lot of damage to that thing's circuitry in the long term if you just, like, really overheat it. Oh my god, this is not skippable, and I can't quick load once we've gotten to this screen.
Your donation to my cause is a surprise, hacker. I will gladly take it.
All of it.
Okay. Let's maybe take a second to reorganize our inventory for this situation. Let's say I don't want to use the pulse rifle. I have the general use Mark III assault rifle. Let's put this back on the bar. I want to keep all of my power for the other thing. No, I guess we'll go Teflon and Dragonfire, right? I think that makes good sense. So we will fire this. I have to say, I'm actually really impressed with how effective the environmental protection pack is at even the pretty low level that we have it at. Now that this thing is full auto, we can actually just tap fire and hit single shots, and that's really nice. In theory, I could tap fire and hit single shots. Obviously, it's somewhat reliant on my ability to only hold down the button for that long. Really? You survived all that? Okay, there we go. The burning damage kicks in eventually. This is more enemies than we had to deal with last time. And I know we don't have to kill the tiger gorilla, but like, I very much want to make sure we don't have to deal with this thing in the future. Come on, fire! You know what? It's fine. Hop up a little bit. Picked up some of the good stuff here. Shit, no, this. T. There we go. That's the buttons I was trying to press. I just fully didn't do the commands for my jet boots right. Damn it, this is a really annoying time to have fallen. Figure out a way to get back up. I jumped and then I pressed jump again in the air, which instead of causing you to rise, causes you to fall slowly. Oh my god. Alright. Never mind. Come on. It won't flip. Okay, never mind. Quick load. Oh, actually, I quick loaded though. I didn't load the autosave. Autosave. That's so frustrating. What a stupid, embarrassing mistake. All right. Make sure this thing's fully loaded. Pop one of these. Turn on this. And go. The interaction space for most of the objects in the game is just like a little bit smaller than it probably should be. I don't know why, but it is a very consistent design thing. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Nope. Okay, can't even grab that. Fine. Okay, here comes the next one. Just trying to triangulate its position from the shadow on the wall. Okay. Batteries up. Put the stuff in the thing. Reload the gun. Charge the gun. Remember to hold shift. There we go. Okay. What is that? Oh, it's a damage mod kit. That would be a really good one. Alright, take all, reload. Is there a switch for this? Okay. We're getting to this point. Ooh. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But no, oh, there's the switch. It's right there. Reload. I hear speech. I don't know. This will be a good general purpose solution. All right.
Safety interlocks disabled.
There we go. We did it. We don't have to be here anymore. All that fucking rules. Okay. Gosh, there's probably like a whole bunch of stuff to explore here. Where does this take me? Fuck. Okay. I heard the flyer, but I was like, you know, ranged attackers first, right? I think that's pretty solid logic. This is where I just came out. Okay, I know where this is. The thing is, we are actually out of medical supplies, so I do need to get out of the contagion area immediately. Ooh. Let's let that tick down a little bit. We survive. We survive narrowly. Turn this off. Well, friends, it's really frustrating to me that there's probably a bunch of cool stuff in there. You just got to stockpile medical supplies to be able to use it all. We do not have a stockpile of medical supplies. So, what are you going to do? At least we're back in a place where there is a medical floor. So, is the only thing to do now to go back to? Yeah, I think so. The only thing to do now is to go to the master switch. The game assumes you would have just done that when you had access to it the first time, which I think is a reasonable assumption, but I was holding out hope based on modern video game design affordances and tropes. We definitely have enough ammo to fully load this thing up. I didn't need to equip it for that. Yeah, I don't think I want to change anything about my bar. So now it's just like the long run back, right? Apologies for making y'all sit through this a couple of times in a row. This is not even the correct room. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Willing to start spending my supply of batteries on just it not taking as long to get around, which doesn't feel like, you know, optimal concern for my long-term well-being given the crisis situation that we're in and everything. But like it feel bad to move. You know? So we didn't actually kill Diego. I believe he got low on health and then bailed. Which makes me think that we are probably not done with Cyber Diego. And it would probably be a good idea to build up some more railgun ammunition for the next occurrence. Oof. Really hoping we don't end up having to go back to medical on this floor, because it is going to be just this whole run all over again. Okay, so now... Error.
Jettison enable failure. Possible cause. Damage to power relay. Consult diagnostic report in Repair Bay Level 3 for detailed analysis.
Repair Bay Level 3. Shit. Well... Shit! Okay. Consult diagnostic report in Repair Bay Level 3. Is there anything else that I need to do while I am here? No. That's really annoying. They're going to make me walk all the way back to the goddamn maintenance bay? We could poke our heads up to engineering and see if there's maybe... No, I mean, if there was an elevator that went from engineering to the lower floors, we would have seen it, right? This is systems engineering. Well, I mean, okay, I'm gonna quick save. Let's
Elevator disabled. Biohazard emergency.
Right, until I fire the things, it's gonna be fuck. Fuck and shit and also fuck. What is this? As per your authorization order from Showdown, because the system is still working on auth orders, we have completed installation of an experimental teleportation unit in your new quarters. Its second terminus is located near the entrance to the maintenance level. Activation of the ETU is triggered by any object of sufficient weight. Be advised that the ETU is still in the testing stages. Oh. Well, I'm glad that I saw that. So wait. In his quarters. Not these quarters, the other quarters, right? What did that say? Let me, hold on, let me look at it again. Where was that? Here we go. In your new quarters. Okay. Did I just not... Was there a button there that I just did not push? I sure as fuck... Okay, well, I knew that was a fake wall. I'm a little embarrassed. This is why we go back to places, because I need to look at them a second time. Well, okay, that certainly helps. That certainly helps a lot. Let's go back to main, shall we? What's maintenance level like? I've forgotten. The only thing I know now is the horrors of the executive floor. Oh, it's this one. Not a place where there's an easy med bed. Okay, so somewhere around here there's a repair bay with diagnostic information. Where would that be? That's just a person's head. Right, I've forgotten about the horrors of the lower floors because I've been so focused on the horrors of the upper floors. Well, I guess I'm just gonna let's look around for signs and stuff. I haven't seen any respawns. Ah, repair bay. Yeah, signs and stuff, you know. I haven't seen any respawns in a while. So I'm hoping that we won't see any. It turns out this is like exactly where we were going, huh? Have I been in here? Requires less than 45% level security. What's the security on this level? 50. What? What? Are we missing that much level? There is a door here. Huh. Alright, well, diagnosis ready, I guess. Give it to me.
Power systems failure. Malfunction in subsystem relay 428. For repair instructions, please consult relay analyzer. Be sure to specify relay number for analysis. Maintenance corridors are now accessible.
428. 428. So, okay, is that this door? I guess let's go look. Well, this doesn't look right at all. Oh, but this is the place where all those isolinear chipsets are. All these fried isolinear chipsets. Which are probably not actually useful. Fried ones are bad. Non-fried ones might be interesting. Okay. So no, it would be behind this door. Well, lock is now green. I hear anger. I was going to say, we're going to go down the very first time something sees us, and there's really nothing to be done about that. All right. Well, apparently, we're going to be spending some time getting reacquainted with this particular reloader. And I guess I ought to, make good use of this thing, because we're right by a we respawn really close to a battery. Okay, I'm sure it's close. We'll respawn, we'll hit the battery, we'll come back, and I know I'm being very miserly with my ammunition, but, like, the game systems really encourage this kind of bullshit. What can I say? This sucks so much, though. As far as I can tell, there's no way to not, there's no way to intentionally avoid taking damage from that hazard. It just hits you most of the time. Not always, just most of the time. I don't think that's the same one. Well, these look important. Interface demodulators. I think I got it. I think we saw it on the floor there in our last gasping moments of life. Yeah, okay. So there's a bunch of these interface demodulators. Don't exactly know what that means. That might have been the last one. I think we're in the clear. Alright, so we got all these interface demodulators. Oh, rad. Sorry there, Oliver Dixon. Mine's not improved in any way, is it? But this one has 150 damage. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's showing that much damage because I have it double pumped. Okay. Anyway, the whole point of this was just to do that. Okay. Don't really know what to do with one of these. Well, we're definitely supposed to do something in here. Here we go. This looks promising. This is another interface demodulator. Boy, is something around here supposed to look like something I can interact with? Or, I mean, any more than anything else does? Alright, hold on. On the mini-map, it looks like I should make sure I'm checking these things for ammo as well. Okay, maybe this corridor goes somewhere a little bit more interesting. Oh, hey, it's Scully. Gosh, this is like a pretty smooth area. Can I stand on the console here? I can't imagine. Yeah. Alright, well, I suppose, you know, we do the thing. Scully. Okay. I was supposed to feed the number 428 into some kind of terminal, right? Well, I don't see a terminal. So there's a bunch of interface demodulators, but I can't interact with them. Let me try going back out into the previous room. I didn't really try too hard to interact with stuff. I just, like, I knew there was trouble ahead, so I went and dealt with that. But maybe in my eagerness to fight robots, I just skipped right past the thing, because there's a ladder in this room. Yeah, I guess let's see about this. Well, it certainly goes somewhere. Well, you know, you gave him a hell of a fight, whoever you used to be. Good on you. No actual supplies of any kind left. This wall is bubbling. That's pretty weird. But aside from that, no, not a huge amount of value, actually. I mean, there's got to be a key panel around here or something where we put in the 428, right? Maybe it's a little, oh, hold on just a moment. Let me... not that saving the world isn't important, but my roommate is asking if I would like Taco Bell, and I just want to... yes, please. Okay. Critically important stuff. This looks like a door. Nothing? Shoot. Well... Is there any other place that anything might have opened up? Are there any other doors? There's a door over there that we don't know what it did. Now, there's a bunch of doors on this level that we don't know what they did. I guess it's probably worth checking all of those. All right, let's head over to Delta Maintenance. That one was a dead end, but it was, you know, fun to shoot robots. Okay, this door is well and truly broken. But there's another way into that room through here? Damn, I thought maybe touching it from like maximum distance would be good enough. Aha! Maintenance corridors. As always. Yeah, so once we get this settled... that would be lovely. Okay. Once we get this settled, maybe we can actually go take on Shodan. I actually kind of really like all these little, like, weird engineering setbacks. I like the fact that it is shaped like it's shaped like you are really coming to the end of the problem, and that you have this frustrating setback and have to climb back down into maintenance. This is a cool design. I mean, there's just not much we can do, right? It's not... This isn't Doom. It's not feasible to dodge the enemy projectiles. You are just going to take hits. It's annoying to have to walk back here from the... to have to walk back here from the med bay, but... The only thing I could do realistically here is catch them with a, catch the robots with an EMP grenade before they have a chance to shoot me. Wow, did he even shoot me? Or was I killed by the wire? 'Cause I didn't even see the gunfire, if he did get me. Like, even if we were using the mag pulse gun, it still takes 2 shots to get there. And it's very frequently going to, you're very frequently going to get shot during the travel time. Sure wish I could fix that door. Alright, let's try this again. It sounded like there are at least 2 more of them alive in here. I'm gonna try something. We have like a vague location on this one. Yeah, it totally was the wire. I think it sucks a lot that they put a wire in a place you have to walk through that always shocks you if you're not crouched. That's very bad. This looks kind of different. Not in a useful way. Alright, every interface demodulator in the universe. So there's at least 2 more of them alive. Damn, that one survived a lot of extra shots. Hesitated. We might actually be clear now. Hell yeah, 2 railgun ammo. Let's drop this real quick. I just want to see if this railgun has a shot loaded into it. It doesn't. Okay. I guess we'll keep the pulse gun. Yeah, Magnum. Magnum in case of emergency. All right, one alleyway at a time here. What do you think interface demodulators do on this ship? Seems like they must be important. There's an awful lot of them, and they always have like pride of place like this. Ugh. All right. Probably only have 1 more of these maintenance sets to get to. I wonder how feasible it is to miss the other railgun. It's just kind of like sitting on a bench in a place that's kind of out of the way. We ended up going there first, but I could see a person very easily going the right way first accidentally and then just not even noticing that there's a hallway that they missed. Because there's a lot to do on the executive floor. Alright, I'm going to intentionally take the death here. Oh, wait, is that? No. Nothing. Okay. Hug. Hug for wire. There it is. This is actually going to be faster than, than walking back. And we get to have some health for free. So... I also really like that you don't know, like, you're elbows deep in the guts of this machine. You don't really know which part is the problem. And so you just kind of have to check all of them one by one. This feels very true. Like, the people who made this part of the game have worked in IT. It's just that there's no doubt in my mind. All right. Where is that corridor? Okay, through this room. And there's a battery in here. Actually, and it's probably one that doesn't shock you when you use it. So I guess I could have just charged up there. Be cool. I mean, there's got to be a CPU core or something that I'm missing, right? Actually, that door in the repair bay only said had to be under 45%, right? We are actually under 45% now. So that might be where the ow. That might be where the CPU core is. I was throwing that second grenade and I was thinking, you know, this is an explosive object and I'm throwing it toward where I know there's going to be an explosion very soon. If that first grenade goes off, it could be really pretty bad, right? And then, sure enough, we did die. Let's go to that door in the repair bay. Maintenance office now open. Except not really. This door is manually locked by a biometric retinal scanner. And I don't have the eyeball that I need. Interesting. Where am I supposed to get an eyeball? We know where there's a human head. But I'm not allowed to pick it up. Where am I going to get an eyeball? Like a good eyeball. The right eyeball. Alright, is this thing still alive? No. That was effective. Kind of hoping that that might be an important eyeball. Is there actual locational damage in this game? I have no idea. I hadn't thought so, but then when we were fighting Diego, there was a targeting indicator on his head. I mean, the first iteration of this game definitely came out before that kind of stuff was common. So I could totally see it being the case that there is not, you know? So it's a little bit of a bummer. Alright, there are other directions to go here. A little bit of a bummer that we popped open that 45% security door and there's not actually anything back there. All we get is another lousy door. Alright, there's at least one more hostile robot. Make sure this is all marked on the map. Yeah, none of this looks useful at all. So he's around that corner, and I'm definitely intending to just dump some grenades through there. Ah! Never mind. I did not realize that that thing was on patrol. Didn't know that we were live. I thought it was going to be just sitting in a corner, probably facing the wall, like they often are. I like the fact that the high presence of batteries around here makes me feel like I don't have to be careful about skating. I don't know. It kind of feels like there are, like there's locational damage, huh? We definitely seem to do more damage to these robots when we shoot them in the head. Okay. They seem to go down in fewer shots anyway. But was there locational damage in the first System Shock? I'd be really surprised by that, actually. Again, given the time of its release. Do you have ammunition for me? You have a little bit. Darn it, you have to click again. Okay. Well... friends, I'm a bit flummoxed. Did I miss a maintenance corridor? I guess I might have. Okay, hold on. Back to the map. Where else? I don't think I see... This is the door with the biometric lock on it, right? Come out of medical, go across. Yeah. So that's the door with the biometric thing that I can't pass. I don't see any other... Oh. Yes, I do. Yes, I do see another obvious one. Well, bloody hell. Let's go knock that out and then we'll hopefully be done here. I do think it was worth checking them all in any case. Alright, so the best way, just right through here. Ow. How dare you actually be functioning like a security guard? Whoa, okay, well. It's a shame it's so clumsy to throw grenades in this game, because that would have been a really good quick switch to the grenade kind of situation. But unfortunately, switching weapons at all is like a multiple second endeavor. Well, the delay is just long enough, you know? Just long enough to be a problem. That's embarrassing. Just a hard miss on an unaware opponent. Okay, so there's at least 3 of them. Jesus. These maintenance corridors sure are heavily patrolled. Alright, well... hopefully this is the last one of these we have to do. We're going to go use the battery over here for obvious reasons. Not allowed to turn my camera more than a few degrees away from it until after the animation is finished. Yeah, it'd be really nice if they just would, like, stay grouped up. Yeah, great work. Damn it. I can't tell. I couldn't tell if we got it or not. Everything takes so long. Like all the grenade throw animations, and I'm used to games that are so much snappier. And so I end up like sidestepping really early and looking silly. Alright, we did get a couple of kills out here. That might actually be all of them. Nope. Okay. I don't think I'm hearing voices anymore. We might now be clear. Maybe. I don't know if this game had the technology for this kind of thing at the time, but I wonder, like, it'd be kind of neat if the way this worked was that the correct maintenance tunnels with the machinery you're looking for were always the last one. Whichever one you cleared out last had the thing at the end of it. Yeah, I'm expecting to just find like a computer console of some kind that is different from anything that we've seen in these so far. That may not be how this works. That may be a pipe dream. Although this area is looking pretty different. Maybe not. Maybe it was just like a very, very brief opening of the hallway. It's like, again, they told us that we had to remember... Oh, hey. Health. The first health item we've seen in quite some time. Yeah, they told us that we had to remember the number, the 428. And so I'm assuming we'll find a place where it will matter. Ooh. Nice. Let us put my rifle on the ground. Pick this rifle up. Hell yeah. That's a lot of bullets, actually. So if this hallway doesn't have something pretty special in it, and it doesn't, then what the fuck were we doing? Here's a question. No, shooting these does not accomplish anything. Well, huh. I will say everything in this maintenance corridor has solid walls, even the places where it has like little dodgy bits. But there are places in Delta maintenance that are a little bit looser. Maybe I missed something incredibly obvious? Probably. I probably did. I probably walked right past whatever it was. Well, I'll tell you what. We're like an hour into this episode. What I'm going to do, I think, is call it here for the moment. I'll just cut the recording. Thank you all so much for watching and everything. And when y'all come back next time, I will have figured out what the hell. Well, I will have taken a real look around here and figured out what is the thing that I was missing, so you don't have to watch me bumble around in these corridors, muttering to myself about how I must be going blind. It's an old age thing. It happens to everybody. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.